Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have... Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, okay. So you've got a jumping card, and your jumping card is the Hanged Man, right? So this is, truthfully speaking, it's a waiting, patience, and stillness card. But the message behind this week that I'm getting, like, that is really, really strong is sit still, right? This is not a week to rush. It's not a week to chop and change. Sit still, right? In all of these different areas of your life that we're about to have a look at, just wait, all right? This is a waiting, patience and stillness card. It's also a card of reassessment and reevaluation, and so you're being asked to sit still because there is information that's to come to light. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Justice card. So when it comes to contracts, when it comes to signing on the dotted line this week, take your time, all right? If you can delay a contract, if you can delay a signing of some sort, if it's really important, obviously, you know, it's not always possible to delay things, but if there's a contract on the table, if there's something that you need to sign, etc., just wait, because you don't have all of the information yet. You don't have all of the facts. With that said, the options that are available to you is to see something come to a natural conclusion, into a conclusion that is fair. Now, the thing about the Justice card is, though, this usually brings fairness that is according to the universe, not you, all right? So you might think, well, that's not fair, but what it comes down to is what the universe deems is fair is what the answer will be, right? So you're not really in control of this, I'm sorry to say. For your actions and your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Wands. Love this, right? So the communication is strong this week. There's a lot of potentially there's a lot of bittiness about the communication this week. There's lots of things that you're wrapping up. There's lots of things that you're seeing through to completion. There's lots of things that you're seeing sort of shape up in ways that feel good to you. Now, the other thing with the Six of Wands, this is a victory and success card. So when it comes to the work, the profession, or even the studies, this is satisfactory conclusions to those things. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, the resources that you need are absolutely available to you. The answers that you seek when it comes to your oh gosh, come on brain. The answers that you seek when it comes to your education, maybe furthering your education, maybe a different schooling system, or do you know what I mean? Like if you're planning to extend your degree, all of that kind of stuff bodes very, very well for you. For those of you that are oh come on brain, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, especially for those of you that feel like you haven't seen much reward, maybe those of you that feel like you haven't seen much sort of you know, in the way of accolades or anything like that, this bodes very well for you because it means that you have been noticed, and this week your employer is likely to come forward. There's some kind of victory or success that shows up for you, or you do a really good job this week and it's actually acknowledged in some way. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, one way that this potentially shows up for you is a contract that finally now comes to completion, you know, has a satisfactory sort of repetition. Now, not repetition, completion. For those of you that have already put the work in for something, let's say you have a contract, let's say you had some work to fulfill for one of your clients, and you put it out, you gave it to them, and you've literally heard nothing. And so now you're kind of like, okay, waiting with bated breath. It just feels weird because it's just totally silent, right? That's why you're being asked to wait. Just give it time, because as soon as they do come back to you, you're going to be really happy. Not only because you know you did a good job, but you're going to get feedback to that effect from your clients as well, which is fantastic. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I think this is satisfactory conclusion to an application that you've put in. This could be for anything from part-time work right through to some sort of benefit, grant, bursary or loan that you've asked for. For those of you that are, or sorry, should I say for your love and relations, you've got the Knight of Swords. So for those of you that are partnered, married or in a long-term commitment, the Knight of Swords, it can be fast, aggressive communication, right? Now, you guys are known for being brave, you're known for being feisty, all of that kind of stuff, right? You absolutely give as good as you get. Whereas this week, remember what I said to you about sitting still? Well, now I'm going to say to you, when it comes to your relationship, keep your mouth shut. This is a week for you to really learn to keep a hold of your mouth, right? The reason I say this is because that Knight of Swords will be fast, aggressive communication. It could potentially sully or spoil whatever good things show up for you in your profession, right? So I'm going to say this to you. This week, keep a hold of your mouth, all right? My dear Aries, if there was ever a time for you to bite your tongue, it's this week. When it comes to those of you that are single and looking, sorry, that bloody creaky chair is driving me insane. I need to get a new one. For those of you that are single and looking, it's possible that somebody that you either clash with, definitely somebody that is able to hold their own against you, this week is really showing up for you in your world in some way. Now, it could also be that you meet this person on your travels, but in your locality. The reason I say that is because this card can sometimes represent the commute as well. So it's like you've got a commuting / movement card. You've got the Six of Wands, which is also at times a travel card. So where it is that you're traveling in or around your local area, you're potentially running into somebody. And you know, I've seen this kind of combination show up as well, where it's like maybe you almost bump cars, or maybe you walk into this person and it's like, watch where you're going, and then you realize that, oh, actually this person's kind of you know, a little bit tasty. So there could be some of that going on as well. Now, you do have this Knight of Swords with the Justice card, so I am going to say, for those of you that are partnered, married or in a long-term commitment, specifically for those of you that know or have had a feeling that your relationship is coming under fire in some way, this kind of bust up can lead to a divorce. So I'm going to say to you again, my dear Aries, bite your tongue, right? This is a week for you to keep your mouth shut. I'm not saying let your partner walk all over you. What I am saying is think about what you say before you open your mouth and say it. For your money and materials, you have the Hierophant card. Okay, so where it is that you've had to apply to or connect to a bank, a building society, or a financial institution, you've got good news coming out of that, right? There's a nice little boost to the resources that comes either from the job or through some official sort of means. If you are signing a contract this week, remember this Hanged Man. If you absolutely have to do it, please, please, please read the fine print, right? So that you know what you're getting into, so that you're fully aware of where you are actually at. Another way that this Hierophant card shows up when it comes to your physical health and vitality, especially with the Hanged Man, this could be somebody spending time in hospital. But the funny thing is, because of the way that the cards are fallen out, I don't feel like this is you. I feel like you're having to go to the hospital on somebody else's behalf. So maybe you're visiting a loved one in hospital, maybe you're having to liaise with the hospital over paperwork and information and all the rest of it. Now, when it comes to your home and environment, this is news or information that finds you, and it's like once you have that information, you then are able to create a solid plan moving forward. And I will say, solid plans, organization, and future orientated goals will need to be set in place as we move further through the end of this month and beyond, right? And I'm talking specifically for you here. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.